Guys, is it true that carers and senior carers can actually now remain in the UK with their dependent? Like, can they bring in dependents from overseas now? Because on the 11th of April, the UK government have updated their website, especially the part that has to do with immigration and skilled worker visa. And there's been a lot of controversies around these updates. People are confused as to whether, okay, yes, they can remain with dependent. Oh, no, they cannot remain with dependent. So I'm here to clarify your doubts and to also shed more light and also give you my opinion on the topic. So if this is something that interests you, please don't go anywhere and stay with me till the very end of this video to find out. So to all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Yeti, aka Yettysplash, and on this channel I share information about relocating, about thriving. You really want to subscribe to my channel, okay? So please do well to click on the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so that whenever I post, you get to see it first. And also don't forget to like this video and share it with your loved ones as well that would benefit from this video. So before I also start today's topic, guys, I just want to tell you briefly about my hair. Can you see how quality and how lush this hair is? Well, guess what, guys? It's from Fashion_ backup on Instagram, okay? And they are currently running 30% sales, and you want to participate in this sale because they have lovely luxurious hair for affordable prices, and they also sell hair products like your hair wax, your oil, your serum, your tongue, your straightener, anything you relating to hair. They are your #1 plug in the UK, and for every order above £100, it's free delivery to wherever you are within the UK, and they also deliver worldwide as well, so you want to check them out. So now, guys, let's dive into today's video. If there is one thing that I've learned as a lawyer, is the fact that law does not operate in isolation. Like, you can't just read a particular provision of the law and then provide interpretation without holistically checking all other provisions of that section, okay? So now, when I now read this thing, I thought, with the noise the UK government have made about, oh, we will stop overseas carers from bringing independent, they will not come and now say, oh, now they want them to bring independent. I don't think so. So I sat down and further read this provision to the very end. What people read is just the one I've read out to you, but guys, let's go down and see what they have to say. Then you will now be sure as to whether carers can now bring independence. So when you go down, that same provision, I'll provide this link in the comment section. After they said that dash, you will now go down to the sections that says dependent of a skilled worker. Open up that section, click on the show, and then you will see where it states the validity requirement for a dependent partner or dependent child of a skilled worker. Okay, so they mentioned a whole lot, but you can read all of that in your spare time. But the fact relevant to us is where they talk about dependents of those on the health and care visa. Okay, if you now go to SW29, relationship requirements for a dependent partner of a skilled worker visa, they say subject to SW291A, the applicant must be a partner of a person, that is P, into bracket P, where one of the following apply. That means P, which is the main applicant, has permission on the skilled worker route, and P at the same time applying for and granted entry clearance or permission on the skilled worker route, or P, which is the main applicant, is settled or has become a British citizen, provided that the main applicant had permission on the skilled worker route when they settled and the applicant had permission as the dependent partner at that time. These are the three conditions that will make a dependent eligible to apply under a skilled worker visa route of the main applicant. So that is, if the main applicant had permission to stay, that means they've granted that main applicant skilled worker visa already. And number two, maybe both of you are applying together. Maybe me, I'm applying for a skilled worker visa now. I can have my dependents at the same time. So when they grant him, they will grant me. Or two, if if the main applicant is settled and the main applicant already listed you as their dependent in the application, then you can apply. Okay, so those are the conditions. If we now move down, this is the part that clarifies whether carers and senior carers can actually bring independence. It says that SW29.1A, in SW29.1 subsection A and B, P, which is the main applicant, must not have or be applying for entry clearance or permission as a skilled worker sponsored for a job in A, the SOC 2020 occupation code, that is 6135, care workers, and home carers 6136, senior carers, or the SOC 2010 occupation code 6145, which is for the old code, right, for care workers and home carers, or 6146 for senior carers, unless, so they're telling you that the only condition in which a dependent of a care worker can apply. So Forget the fact that they mentioned that, oh, skilled worker visa, you can bring in dependent. Yes, that is the general rule. Now, the exception to that general rule is what they are now saying in that same provision, that unless the only circumstances in which they will allow carers and senior carers. So they have told you that the code used to be 6145 and 6146 before. Then they now tell you that the new SOC code is 2020, which is now 6135 and 6136. So they are saying that for you to be able to apply as a dependent in any of this provision, one of the following must apply. Number one, was P, that is the main applicant, was or is being granted entry clearance or permission as a skilled worker sponsored in SOC code 2010 occupation code 6145, that is as a carer and home carer, or 6146 as a senior carer under the rules in force before 11th of March 2024. So they are saying that for you to be eligible to apply as a dependent of a care worker, it means that your applicant must have been granted permission to come into the UK as a carer. They must have granted his health and care visa before 11th of March 2024. That is before the new rule came into effect. So do you guys understand? If that's the case, then B, let's read the last one. Subsection 2 states that since the grant of entry clearance on or permission in A, P, that is the main applicant, has continuously had permission as a skilled worker sponsored in one or more of this SOC 2010 occupation code or SOC 2020 occupation code, except that where paragraph 39E applies, that period of overstaying will be disregarded. But if you can see from what I have just read now, they are telling you that you can only remain as a dependent if you have been granted permission 11th of March. So if you're applying now, it doesn't matter whether the general rule is that, oh, if you're coming on a skilled worker visa, you can bring in dependent. The exception to that general rule is that carers are not allowed. They have been banned. They've removed it for carers, even though they have also applied for skilled worker visa. But if your skilled worker visa and your SOC code is either the new one or the old one, and you're applying after March 18 and you didn't become a carer by March 18, you still cannot bring in dependent. So I've seen a lot of confusions, a lot of news online, everywhere. Guys, you still cannot bring in dependent. That is my evidence 1, okay, my explanation 1. I'm now going to give you an explanation 2. On the same day that the UK government released this announcement, if you go on UK government Home Office website, there is a video there which I'm going to play for you now. Okay, this video is by James Cleverly, clearly reiterating that these are the agenda in which the UK government have done up to date, clearly stating that from that day dependents are stopped from bringing in carers. So if they had the intent of allowing dependents to remain in the UK with their dependents, then why would the Home Office Secretary James Cleverly come out again to make a video saying that henceforth from today, all our immigration policies are in place and carers can no longer bring independence? See this video for yourself.
At the end of last year, we promised to change the migration system to deliver the biggest ever cut to migration levels. We've reformed the health and social care visa, introducing more safeguards to protect this route from abuse and removing the ability of care workers to bring dependents.
So guys, I hope you've heard it yourself and you know how they end debates. I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that it's a sad news anyway. Not like I'm happy about it, but I'm just glad I'm able to provide clarity to my audience, to my followers. It brings me so much joy. I mean, I'm your migrant guardian, right? I'm here to guide you. So I hope I've been able to convince you that if you're a carer and you're getting your permission after 11th of March, and it's not like you have been in the UK on the health and care visa and you're changing your employer. Unfortunately, as it stands of today, you can no longer, bring independence in the United Kingdom. If you have any questions, please put in the comment section. I will read it there. And if you want a one-on-one with me, check my description box. You can see the link to one-on-one there. And don't forget, my beautiful hair is from GPL Fashion. They are on sale. If you're in the UK, you should get your own hair because they're one legit vendor that I've been using over time, and I'm very, very certain that they will definitely give you quality hair, value for money, and they have hair as low as £39, guys, like £39. And for every order above £100 is free delivery to your location. So you want your straightener, anything you want at all, they will definitely provide it for you. So please do well to subscribe, like this video, ensure you like it, guys. Subscribe, like it, share it with your family and friends. And I'm still your one and only baby girl Yeti. Stay blessed. Bye guys.